My name is Kim. I'm a co-founder and promoter with Solar Flare Entertainment. I have a history doing artist development, audio engineering, live sound engineering. I do a lot of work. I love working closely with bands, doing just helping them improve in their careers and just being able to help advance and see everyone grow. Especially with the local music industry, I think that's super important to have someone on the outside kind of having your back and working towards a common goal.
My name is Nikki. I do a lot of things. I'm a promoter with Solar Flare Entertainment in Vancouver, mostly doing local shows. I also play bass in a band called Fifth Circle, do a bit of activism here and there.
Well, I remember Nikki and I having a conversation months ago, toying around with the idea of having a female-run business, and then just a little while ago we decided it's like, well, the timing was right, the situation was right. We both wanted to take a step further, and it was like, well, let's do it now.
Well, I've been promoting for quite a bit under a different company, but I felt very much, I just felt very, very much like I was limited, because, just because I joined somebody else's company. Obviously I didn't really, there were things that I didn't agree with some people I was working with. I needed to just have my own thing.
What makes it different is we are female owned and operated, which is something that you don't see a lot in the music industry. Women make up less than 5% of the music industry. So having that knowledge really pushes me to be part of that 5% and help it grow to a larger number, because women are very underrepresented in the industry, and with the work that both of us have done and our accomplishments and the networks that we've built, it's definitely been instrumental in creating this company. And just being able to do that and work with friends and people that I admire and musicians that I admire, it's been an amazing experience so far.
We are not limited at all, really. If there's a band that's sweet and we want to work with them, we'll do it, right? We both started with metal, so that's kind of, that's our territory for now. But I've been, my shows even for a while have been very eclectic. I did a jazz improv show, and there was a funk band on there, and did a couple of mixed bills with, even some hip hop. So, yeah, that seems to be, just anything heavy and good, I think. Yeah.
Honestly, it's just respect. We are all people. We're all people. It shouldn't matter, especially coming from a business perspective, it shouldn't matter whether you are a man or a woman or however you choose to identify yourself. It shouldn't matter at all. That should not be the first thing that comes to mind, especially when developing a professional opinion. That's a huge thing for me, is as a promoter, I have run into so many issues working with artists because I'm a girl. And it's the immediate thought is you're just trying to get with the bands. And it's no, this is my job, this is my career. It's I have the education to back me up, I have the experience, I have just as much credential to be here than as anybody else in my position, regardless of how you choose to identify yourself.
So I guess I just kind of, I grew up in the city, so I started going to shows when I was maybe 14. I just started with, lots of just all ages shows and things like that. I was always trying to like sneak into the 19 plus shows. Always was that kid just by the door, like, oh, I forgot my ID. I just want to see the band. I'm not going to drink, I promise. But, you know, everyone did their jobs and didn't let me in. But, you know, I was always like, you know, just interested. And I started playing consistently in a metal band when I was 18. My first gig was actually a Vakken battle, and it was terrifying. But that's how I met Mayo from the Invisible Orange, who, is also one of my mentors. I didn't work for his company, but, you know, he gave me a lot of super solid advice. And, I just kind of, that's how I started getting connected, was because I was just this kid that just showed up with a bass and 6 strings on it. It was like, And I played with that band for a bit, but I had an interest in promoting shows for a while. I just didn't really know where to start. And then I joined Journeyman Productions, and did that for a while. And, you know, and I learned a lot through that. So I learned a lot from Joey. I learned a lot from Mayo from Invisible Orange, Jason Puder of Modified Ghost as well. I owe a lot of what I know now about the music business to them, and just talking to them, and just run into a problem and hey, what do I do? And a bit of that, and I've been playing with my band. We're called the Fifth Circle. Check us out. Got an album coming up, so that's exciting. And yeah, that's kind of just where I'm at now.
So a few years ago, I graduated with my audio engineering certificate, and then a couple years later, I went to school at Nimbus recording to complete my music industry business diploma, which I've now graduated with that. I've done work with album releases, which has been incredible, being able to work so closely with artists and friends, and just seeing how it all comes together and builds. I've done a lot of work with photographers as a model, so especially learning how to run a photo shoot and being able to kind of pose people properly so they don't look standing like all awkward has definitely helped, especially with doing promo shots for bands. Definitely, and then I've been working with Invisible Orange since October. Mayo has been an incredible mentor, especially when it comes to promoting shows. There is no one I would rather learn from than him. He's been incredible with teaching me kind of little tips and tricks and how to communicate with bands, and without being too overbearing, being like, oh, this is my show, and kind of like, but being able to work together and compromise and just make it work for everybody has been just an amazing experience, and definitely has given me the resources to be able to feel confident in kind of going out on my own and just creating my own shows and experiences for everyone.
Take what you are given, but don't sell yourself short. Don't get walked all over. But also, when you start out, it's hard. Sometimes, your first tour, you got to sleep on a floor and, eat out of a can, and that's just how it is. When bands come through, I try to host them at my house and, just do what I can to make them comfortable, not make them feel like they're hitchhiking.
Definitely, just reach out. Just shoot us a message. Send me an email, Facebook message, Instagram message, whichever. Just make that contact and just say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. It's and another thing too is if you need help, just ask for it. If you need advice on something, just ask.
Hopefully booking some really, really big bands. We've already got a couple fairly big bands, kind of on the horizon. But yeah, I want to see us just, working with, the other big shots in the scene a lot more, doing lots of co-pros, tour packages. We've already got a few of those coming up. So I'm hoping to just keep doing that, keep doing what we're doing, and I'm just looking forward really to all the new music I'm going to find through this, and all the new bands we're going to meet and support, and just watch grow like little ducklings or something.
So we just made up our Facebook page. You can find it at Solar Flare Entertainment, and our Instagram is Solar Flare Vancouver. We will have more information posted onto those platforms as soon as possible. We're just building up the brand and just creating something that people will remember.
My name is Nikki with Solar Flare Entertainment, and I support the scene.
I am Kim. I am co-creator of Solar Flare Entertainment, and I support the scene.
I am victorious.